Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make Reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoe, Haley, Landon, Maisie, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. I had an amazing week. As tired as I am and sore as my feet were, it was so worth it to hang out with Nicole and Heather. It was wonderful to meet Heather. The three of us got along so well. We had so much fun, and then it was great meeting up with Kylie on Thursday. We were really bummed that all the other people pretty much bailed on the meetup, and I'm going to talk about that in a separate video because I have some feelings about what went down with that and how things were handled, and I was not impressed. And I just think I'm going to do kind of a video on like a Reborn doll meetup etiquette because we were not impressed at all. And just to make the short bit of it, we spent a lot of money preparing for that meetup that basically went to waste. So that was not a good thing either. But that'll be a whole separate video because I don't want this to go on too long. But yeah, like other than that mishap, you know what? It was fine. We made the best of the Reborn or Dolly meetup on the Thursday. We had a blast with Kylie, and you know, like her personality really fit in well with ours. We just had a blast. That Dick's Last Resort place was honestly I felt like that was the highlight of my trip. That and American Girl. But I've never been to a restaurant like this Dick's Last Resort. I have never laughed so much in my life at a restaurant. I so wish they had this restaurant in Toronto because I would love to take Alex and some of my family. I think they would get a kick out of it. It was just too funny. The hats and the waitress we had was hilarious. The whole thing was freaking hilarious because the whole point of it was your waiter's supposed to be rude, sarcastic, give you kind of horrible service. The restaurant's aesthetics are supposed to be like dirty and, you know, mismatched utensils and all this crazy stuff, and then, you know, labeling you with these insults on your hats. But, you know, like we were reading reviews of it online afterwards, and a lot of people were like butthurt over it because I guess a lot of people didn't realize what they were going into at this restaurant, whereas we did. Like Nicole had read up about this online and she knew what the premise was of the place, and when she told me about it, I was like, we have got to go because it sounds hilarious, and especially to take the babies in there. Oh my gosh, like that just sounded like so hilarious. I am so glad we did it. It was just too funny. And basically, you know, our waitress said right off the bat, don't take anything I say seriously, because that's the whole premises of the place, is that it's supposed to be insults, banter, sarcasm, bad service, like basically the opposite of what a restaurant should be. And kind of afterwards we were kind of like, well, how do we tip at the end of this, because it's kind of like the opposite of what a restaurant should be. And I basically tipped her based on how entertained I was, and I was so entertained, so I tipped her like $6 because I just thought she did a phenomenal job with everything. I loved our waitress, and it was hilarious. So, I mean, if you know what you're getting into going in, if you're ready to be, you know, insulted and have banter with your waitress or waiter, you will have a blast. As long as you can take that kind of humor and you know it's not serious, you will have a blast. American Girl was awesome. I have always wanted to eat at the bistro there and have the dolls and their little doll chairs on the side of the table, so that was very exciting for me. I had not bought my doll yet because we had not met with our personal shopper yet. She wasn't in at that time. So I was almost a little disappointed at first because I was hoping that my new doll that I was going to buy was going to be the one that I was going to take to the cafe. But it was okay. They had an Asian doll there, and she looked very similar to the Asian doll that I wanted, except mine that I wanted had bangs. Because I chose her because basically how the bistro works is, yes, you can bring your own doll, but they also have dolls there that you can borrow to sit at your table. So I chose to borrow this Truly Me Asian doll. Looked very similar to the one that I wanted. I'm pretty sure had the same face mold, same painting on the eyes. The only difference was that she did not have bangs. So I thought, at that point, because I thought I was possibly getting 54, I figured she was the closest thing to that. So that's who I chose to sit at my table. But little did I know, okay, so when you eat at the bistro at American Girl, they give you a little plastic cup and saucer for your dolly, and you get to keep that and take it home as a souvenir. And that was another big thing for me. Like, I just was so excited to be able to take home one of those souvenirs. Yes, I'm a total nerd, and I will admit it. So, but to our surprise, Nicole and I were shocked. They also brought cups and saucers for our Real Care babies. So I basically got 2 cups and saucer sets to take home with me. So that was really exciting. I loved the setup of the bistro, all the pinks and the nice bright pink colors, and the table was pink. And I loved how the menu was and how our utensils, you know, they were wrapped in a napkin, and the napkin ring was a hair tie that you could wear. It was like an adult size hair tie that had a little bow on it. But you could also probably get away with using it in your American Girl dolls, although the elastic's a little big. But that was really cool, so you get to keep that. And yeah, and the food was really good. There was so much on the menu to choose from. I almost went with a Caesar salad, but then I was like, I don't want my breath smelling like garlic all day. So when Nicole and Heather ordered chicken, I think it was like chicken tenders, I thought that sounded really good. So we all ended up ordering the same thing. And we had a coupon where when you purchased an entree, you get a free dessert. And so I had ordered a cookies and cream milkshake as my drink, not realizing that that drink could actually be counted as a dessert. And so I was thinking, oh my gosh, like, I'm so full already between this chicken tender meal and the milkshake. How can I, like, possibly eat a dessert on top of this? I was so full. But then when I was looking over the dessert menu, that's when I realized that the milkshakes were considered desserts. So I was like, okay, cool. So I only have to pay for the chicken tenders, and my milkshake was free, and it was very, very good. I've had cookies and cream milkshakes before at different places. I think out here, Harvey's has them, and I thought there was one other place we went to that had those milkshakes, and they were not that great. But this one at American Girl was so good. I actually originally wanted to get Girl of the Year Luciana's cotton candy milkshake, but they were out of the cotton candy flavoring, so it would have been bubblegum flavor with cotton candy on top, and I'm not huge on the bubblegum flavor stuff, so I opted for the cookies and cream because I am like a cookies and cream fanatic. So that was really, really good. I really enjoyed that experience at the bistro. And then we were in the American Girl store from, I would say, from the time of the bistro till the time that we met our personal shopper, looked all around the store, took photos, took videos, chatted with our personal shopper, bought our stuff. I would say we were there like for 4 hours, I'm thinking. It was like the better part of our day. It was pretty much like the bulk of our day at the Mall of America was in the American Girl store, because there's just so much to see and look at. And the beautiful thing about having the personal shopper was that we had sent her the list of stuff that we wanted before we got there. So she had actually already pulled all of our stuff off the shelf for us and already had it at the counter, and we just had to pay for it. And then because it ended up, we ran into an unexpected sale, which was awesome. We were able to get a couple of extra items. So when I added my extra items in there, she just grabbed them and took them and added them to our piles at the front of the store, which was really awesome. So we didn't have to carry anything around with us when we were shopping. It was really great. And then, like I said, so I think I may have mentioned at the hotel, unfortunately, 54 is no longer carried in stores. It's only on the website. So she said she could order it for me and get me free shipping to Nicole, and then Nicole could ship her to me. But I was really looking forward to getting a doll on this trip at the American Girl store just to complete the whole experience, you know. So that's why I decided to get 28, because I had been eyeing 28 even longer than I had been eyeing 54. And I figured I'm going to go and check the American Girl store here in Canada and see if they still have her in the display. I know they don't. I know all the stores were sold out of her, but a lot of those stores that, even though they were sold out of her, they still had her in the display case. So I figure I'm going to see if she's still in the display case, because if she is, I'll just buy the display case doll, and I may be able to get a little bit of a discount for the fact that she's display. I don't know. So I'm going to try that first, and then if not, then I'll just order her like around Christmas time or something, because she is available on the American Girl website to order. And then if worse comes to worse and somehow I miss out on her and they retire her, because I'm thinking she might be headed into being retired since she's now only available on the American Girl website, and here in Canada she's not even on the Indigo website. I'm thinking if she ends up retiring before I get a chance to get her, then I'll probably go for the Asian doll that I had borrowed for the bistro, because she is available here in Canada for sure. I know that. I can get her from the Indigo website, but I can also get her at the Indigo stores. And she's almost the same. Like I said, the only difference is 54 has bangs, which I liked because it was kind of different from any other dolls that I have in terms of hairstyles. And that was the only reason I was really wanting her. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. And so like basically after we did that, we just kind of walked around. We went into a couple of other shops, had dinner at the Rainforest Cafe, and then we went to pick up our American Girl items because our wonderful personal shopper said we could just, she was going to put all of our stuff after we bought it into the back room, and so that we didn't have to carry it around the Mall of America with us, which was awesome. And when we came back, she had put beautiful tissue paper in all of our bags. She had tied the handles with a beautiful purple bow, and she had also given us 2 freebies in each bag. We got a free American Girl magazine, and we also got Nenea's free item that was handed out during her release. So that was so cool. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I would say my highlights definitely were American Girl and Dick's Last Resort. Two totally opposite experiences, but it was awesome. And so yeah, we had a really wonderful time hanging out all week. I feel like it was too short. I feel like we should have done a couple of extra days. But maybe next time we do a trip together, we can make it a little bit longer. And I already miss Heather and Nicole and Kylie. Like, we just had so much fun together. And yeah, so I think that's it, my recap for the trip. I just thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I've just been recuperating from it, and I go back to work tomorrow. So that's why I've really been making sure to take it easy these last couple of days, to rest up, to go back to work tomorrow. All right, guys. Well, I thank you so much for watching these videos of the trip. I hope that you enjoyed them. Sorry if this video is too long, or if any of the videos are too long. I really don't want to cut out very much because I want to keep the footage for my own memories to look back on. So, but regardless, I hope you enjoy them. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.